Hi friends, this is Crystal from Homemaking on the Homestead, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Crystal. And I am going to continue in my series today on talking about homekeeping, and today we're going to touch on weekly schedules and procrastination. You can find numbers 1 and 2 videos that I made in the description box below, and I will put them on the end of the video as well so that you can find them. So in any case, grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. In the last video, I shared with you about daily routines and how if we keep and maintain good habits, keep a control on the clutter in our home, that we can put our houses together pretty quickly in the morning with just a few short little bits and things that we can do and just kind of fit that into the morning routine, and then our house is in nice shape. But obviously a home needs a little bit more TLC at times. If you struggle just to keep up on the housework and maintain the home, then I'm hoping that these tips that I give you might help you to better manage your home. I think cleaning and keeping things in order is, it can take time and it can take a lot of thought. If we don't put time and thought into it, then everything does become a chaotic mess. So aside from the daily routines that I talked about in the last video, I basically try to break my home down into different areas, and like the bedroom, the bathrooms, the kitchen, dining room, laundry room, living room. And what I do is I work through the week and try to give those areas a little bit of extra time at some point in my day. Now you could schedule this out daily, that today I'm going to spend a little more time in my living room, tomorrow I'm going to spend a little bit more time in the kitchen and that type of thing. Or you could pick a couple days a week where you just tackle 2 or 3 rooms. The idea of putting my home chores and cleaning schedules and all that onto a weekly routine actually came from the old-fashioned, you've probably seen it on tea towels and have seen it in other places on the internet or books or whatever. But you remember in the old days, women would specify a day for taking care of things. Monday was wash day, Tuesday was ironing day, Wednesday was sewing day, and so on. They had a baking day, and they had this and that type of day. And because I didn't have any actual training in these things, I really liked that idea many years ago, which is now 30-some years ago, when I was trying to figure out how to put things together. Obviously those things, it doesn't take us an entire day to wash or iron, and most of us don't even iron anymore, very occasionally. I'm going to give you an idea of some of the things that I tackle on a weekly basis. Now granted, some of these things you might do more than once a week. Some of these things you might do as needed. An example would be sweeping the floor, your kitchen floor. I mean, you might have to do that daily depending on how much time you spend in there. You might need to vacuum more often than once a week. It really depends a lot on where you live, how many people live in your house, your home. But I know when I lived in the city, I didn't have nearly the amount of dust and dirt and fir needles and just debris that would get dragged into the house. Depending on where you live and your circumstances, you may have to do some of these things more than weekly. Obviously family size has something to do with that too. For right now, unless I refer back to my days with 8 children at home, I'm basically discussing it from the point of view of just my husband and I at home. Once a week I get into the living room and I do more than just a quick vacuum. I try to get behind things and around things and under the furniture, and do just a little bit more thorough job of vacuuming. I also dust. We burn wood for heat, and so the dust can really accumulate. Occasionally I will take the vacuum and vacuum down my lampshades if they start to look kind of dusty. The kitchen, now a kitchen sometimes takes a little bit more, and sometimes I will include some of these in my daily cleaning of the kitchen. You need to wipe out the microwave, clean out under the sink. Check the garbage. Does it need to be taken out? Wash the garbage can. I mean, they get kind of yucky at times. Wipe down the fronts of cupboards. Give your countertop a nice cleaning. Move things away from the edges and clean behind that. Wipe up to the stove. In the bathroom, I typically do a little daily wipe out of the sink and kind of swish the toilet around. But once a week I go in and I shake the throw rug that's in there. I sweep the floor, I mop the floor, I clean the bathtub, wipe down the shower stalls or the shower walls, and just give the bathroom a little bit of extra attention. And then my bedroom. I will change the sheets pretty much weekly. Sometimes I will let it go a little bit longer, just depending on, you know, what typically I feel like a weekly sheet changing has always been, that was my mother's thing. You know, you always change the sheets every week, and I don't disagree with that. Sometimes I let it go a little bit longer. I mean, if we're showering daily, the sheets don't necessarily get that dirty, so at least in my mind. So sometimes I will stretch it maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks or something like that, or every other week. Aside from changing the sheets, I will dust off the end tables. I will run a vacuum through the bedroom. And maybe straighten up, you know, the top of the dressers if things have been set on there. And finally, I have the laundry room. And in that area, I wipe off the front of the washer and dryer. Again, dust can accumulate so easily. Wipe down any counters, you know, do any extra little tidying up, sweep the floor. Mop the floor, and just keep that in good shape. And because it's just my husband and I, running through the weekly list of chores doesn't really take too much extra time. I tend to add 1 or 2 extra chores per day. I used to be much more scheduled when I had children. If you have children in your home, it will take you longer to be able to go through these chores because kids tend to just make more messes. As my children were growing up, I taught them how to take care of the home as well, so they would help and participate in the weekly chores. The one battle that I personally have had to fight my whole life is procrastination. I can procrastinate on a job that needs to be done, and I can spend more time procrastinating than it actually took me to do the job. I came to this awareness many years ago when I had jobs that were not getting attended to like they should, and I would be like, oh, I got to get in and clean the bathtub, got to get in and clean the bathtub, oh, I need to clean the bathtub today. And then life would get busy and things would come up and it wouldn't get done, and then finally I'd be like, okay, today I'm cleaning the bathtub, finally. And so here's what I started doing. I actually started timing my chores. How long does it actually take me to clean the bathtub? How long does it take me to make the bed? How long does it take to wash the dishes? How long does it take to put them away? How long does it take to sweep the floor? And what I find, it is so easy to procrastinate about things, and in reality these things don't take a huge amount of time. It's just that they're regular, you have to do them all the time. They're not fun sometimes, or they're just mundane, or however you might view it, but oftentimes our attitudes about these things can lead to procrastination, and all of that ends up taking more time than it actually took to just get in there and do the job. I think in the end that is why it's so helpful to have a schedule and a homemaking notebook. A lot of people have those. I have one. Mine isn't anything fancy anymore. It used to be much more detailed, but you know, to be able to look on your homemaking notebook and see, okay, today is, you know, Tuesday, and today I need to, aside from all the other things that I need to do, I need to vacuum the living room and dust the living room. And you just that's just jotted down, you check it off the list, and you move on. And in the end, I think the desire for our home to be that really special place for our family has to be what moves us beyond the procrastination, or moves us beyond that feeling that we can get at times of just dread. Ugh, I got to clean the house. Ugh, I got to take care of this. Ugh, I need to take care of that. And to remember that the bigger picture is that we are providing and giving our families, our husband, a home that is comfortable. It's a home that you want to be in. It's a refuge from the rest of the world. It is that special place that you take pride in, and that it gives you purpose to keep it clean and to keep it orderly and just to stay on track, and to realize that with regular maintenance, with daily routines, weekly chores being touched on throughout the week, that you can create a home that is a wonderful place that you and your husband and your family enjoy being. It's that special place. So I hope this video has helped give you some ideas on weekly scheduling and thoughts to think about on time. How long does it actually take to do a job, and procrastination. And I really thank you for watching the video. And if you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me as my channel is growing. I appreciate all your support, and I hope that you all have a blessed day and a blessed week, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.